Okay, big news everyone. The Consumer Council for Northern Ireland have now launched a brand new website and it's awesome. Look, what I'm going to do is flick over to the site now, look through some of the features and explain how they're going to benefit you from your personal finance and your home expenses and everything else that they can help you with. What I want to do here today is just to run you through the new Consumer Council for Northern Ireland website, because there's a lot in here, and if you spent 10 hours on the Consumer Council website, that would be 10 hours well spent. The good thing is you don't even need to spend a fraction of that. There are three things that I'm going to look at right this second because they're of the most interest to homeowners in Northern Ireland. What I believe is the electricity price checker, the gas price checker, and the petrol and diesel and the home heating oil. So 4 things actually. Now, if we look at the electricity price checker, a few weeks ago I looked to see who the cheapest electricity supplier was in Northern Ireland. At that time it was Click Energy, and what I had to do was I had to use the Consumer Council's website, go onto their data, check out the PDF that had all the different tariffs on it, and then I was able to make a decision on who was the cheapest provider for electricity in Northern Ireland based on my needs. With the launch of the new website, the Consumer Council have launched this new electricity price checker and it's awesome. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at this and see how this works for most people. Here it is, it's electricity price comparison tool, and what I'm going to do first is choose my current electricity supplier, and that is Click Energy. I did switch to them a couple of weeks back. It was super easy. There was a little form that I filled in. They gave me a call and I'll explain why in a second. So Click Energy is my supplier. I don't have Economy 7, so I'll continue to the payment method. Now, I pay on receipt of my e-bill. The reason I do this is because I have family members who are on direct debit with other suppliers of electricity, and I assume it's the same for all of them, who have hundreds, if not thousands of pounds of credit with their electricity supplier. And why that is because, well, the electricity supplier has taken an average meter reading and they put a little bit extra on to safeguard themselves, and that just keeps ticking up, and at some stage you'll have hundreds if not thousands of pounds in credit with that supplier. What I like to do instead then is just pay on receipt of my bill, because why would I want to be in credit with the supplier when I can pay on time and still receive the cheapest tariff but paying only the amount that I need to pay? I'm on the e-bill receipt, as I mentioned. I'm on the bill pay super saver. I think that's what it is. I have to check that after this video, but I think that's the lowest tariff. I pay monthly, and the current price of my my gas, this is electricity. The current price of my electricity is £130 per month, thereabouts. So I then pay on receipt of the e-bill, which is exactly the same because I like that. And then I'm going to get my results. Now, this is awesome because what this looks like right this second is that I am on the cheapest tariff as I thought I was, because if I was to go to Power NI, who are the next cheapest, it would cost me £195.99 more. And as you can see, there's other tariffs with the bill pay Click Energy one, which is the dearer tariff, and that would cost me more. But even then, it keeps going up and up and up. And I was on this SSE electricity tariff last year. Now I was on I think an 8%, so I did get a bit of discount, so it wasn't quite this saving, but it was enough for me to change to Click Energy. Now, with this comparison tool, the next steps, if you wanted to change, are so neatly provided here below. And what you could do is you can fill in the form, which goes to the Power Now website, and you fill in the form, or you give them a call, or you go to the website again. And I promise you that switching your electricity provider today is as easy as it's ever been. I did mine a few weeks back to Click Energy away from electricity, and it went without a hitch. They were on the phone with me, they sent me an email, it was all done very, very smoothly. And that will be the same with any of the providers today. If we go back to this consumer area, we're going to look at the gas prices, and it's exactly the same. Now, in Northern Ireland, we only have 2 providers. We have Firmus and we have SSE, and I am with SSE. I pay on receipt of my e-bill again, or it's just a bill in this one, and I have the home energy tariff, which everybody's on, and I pay monthly, and my current bill's around £140 per month. And if I go to the results in this instance again, it would cost me another £165 to switch to Firmus. So I am on the cheapest tariff in Northern Ireland for my gas as well. What we're going to do now then is look at these petrol and diesel price checkers. Now, historically, the fuel price checker on the Consumer Council website was a bit it seemed to be a bit outdated, being completely honest. And I don't know if it was updated, but the one time that I did look, it wasn't relevant at that time. Now, with the launch of this new website, you can see that the average price for petrol is 143.6 in Northern Ireland, and the average price for diesel is 151 across entirety of Northern Ireland. But if you go into the likes of Lisburn, for example, we can see that the petrol's a little bit more expensive on average in Lisburn, and the diesel's a little bit cheaper. Now, I know that over the last few weeks there has been some discounts for Black Friday and things, and that may have dropped it down, but even in Belfast you can see that the prices are around what they should be for the average prices of Northern Ireland. And it's always good to know what the prices should be in the market so that you can look for those cheaper deals in the market at the minute. And if we go back to this, it'll be the exact same for the home heating oil prices. There will be a checker here to give you an average look at what the home heating oil for 300, 500, 900 litres actually is across Northern Ireland. And if we look at where we hear Belfast again, you can see that they're bang on, they're thereabouts where they should be. If we go to Macrofelt, they're again bang on where they should be. A little bit out, but not too much at all. And the Consumer Council website isn't just about checking your diesel, your gas, your electricity, or your home heating oil prices. And as I said, if you were on the Consumer Council website for any length of time, you will find ways to save your household money. Over the last few months, I've seen a lot of people talking about using the Consumer Council to get the information that they would need for these private car parking notices. Now, if you get a parking ticket on a main road or in an area where the red coats are, then that is a ticket that you must pay. But private car parking notices aren't necessarily enforced the same way, and you can, basically just throw them in the bin. But the Consumer Council doesn't just suggest you do that. They provide you with all of the information that you need to appeal your private car parking notice. And most of the time, you just don't have to pay it. But check that, follow their guide, and all the rest. And if you are a business, all of these same tools are available for businesses. The Consumer Council's new website looks astonishing. It's brilliant. It always had huge amount of information to save you money from your home and your business bills, and it does this even better today. Let me know in the comments then if you use the Consumer Council for Northern Ireland's website and how you save money for doing so.